look inside the wondrous AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, a good one in the AFC East. It's the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys.
Please welcome your 2026 Dallas Cowboys.
Alongside Greg Olson, I'm Mike Tirico. The kicker has us set for the start. Off we go from AT&T Stadium. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
We had a chance to see him out on the field early in pregame, and I thought he looked really sharp. I thought he looked focused. We had a chance to talk to him week, and he's excited for this opportunity today. He thinks he's got a chance to lead this offense and have a lot of success, and ultimately the #1 goal is to come out with a victory.
Only a gain of 1 on the game's opening play.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Looking to throw is Manning. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. 14 yards on that pass play there. First down, Giants.
First down, Giants.
And they certainly don't waste any time getting him involved, and we knew coming in that he would be a part of the game plan, but if this is a sign of things to come, he could be in store for a big game.
On the play fake, here's Manning. He'll get this out to the left flat. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 47-yard line.
From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Manning. That one's down the field, but it is incomplete.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
On 3rd down, it's Manning. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
I like the aggressiveness early in the game, right out of the gate. Make the defense realize we are going to challenge you downfield, and what that does is it opens everything else up. Now, you got to hit a couple of these, and don't be surprised if they go back to a deep shot here pretty quickly.
Oh, not a good punt there. This is a duck. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his 2nd season in the NFL.
I think we're seeing this so often now in the modern NFL is quarterbacks who can hurt you both improv as a scrambler and also with designed runs coming out of the huddle. So this is a tricky situation. Guys who can run with this kind of speed, you have to be very careful how you pass rush them. You're not just rushing to a spot. It's not just an X behind the center. You got to try to corral him and keep him in the pocket because when he escapes, big plays are to be had. I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 9.
the gun. He'll throw. Taking a shot downfield for Smith. And this ball incomplete on third down.
I think the second that ball left his hand, he wanted to pull it immediately back. I mean, he is lucky, Mike. That ball didn't end up going the other way. He almost gifted them a short field and maybe even some points.
The Cowboys get their special teams out on the field. And no return on this one. Fair catch signaled for and taken. The Giants offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. Come up and down, just shy of the 40. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
He'll get this out wide. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 2. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll take this one forward for about 3. And that's a 1st down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
Right back to him on 1st down. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. That's good for a Giants 1st down.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Brings up and 9.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 9. Here's Manning. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Got to get it to the 28, but now it's 3rd down. To the air is Manning. He's got his man, that's Slayton. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. The Giants field goal unit out on the field. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good. And the Giants are out to an early 3-0 lead.
Cowboys nothing.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. They play it short, take it at the 15-yard line. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This pass right side taken in by Cooks. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
From the 43, here's 2nd and a couple. Blitz coming, he'll throw it. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught, and that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back to throw. That's into the hands of the veteran Cooks. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Defense.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw.
Aikman's pass. Complete to number 88. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Giants' 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw yet again. No one open. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. One of the Giants has it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. They go play action with Madden. This one into the hands of Beckham. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the 1st down.
This is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow. So that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there. And more times than not, he's going to run under it. But in this case, just a little bit too much on it. He winds up overshooting his man.
Manning. Quick throw, taken in. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now Manning. Short throw, that's pulled in by Mayer. And he he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
First and 10 at the 48.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Now, faking the give. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Giants.
That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
Talk about a thing of beauty. Mike, did you see how many tight ends were on the field on that last play? They call it 13 personnel because there's 1 running back, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. So everybody on defense is thinking run. They catch him off guard a little with the pass, and they take advantage of it with a big gain downfield.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another first down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
It is 2nd and 9. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's going to be marked out down at the 5. Give them a dozen yards on that one and give them the goal.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves first and goal.
A run on first and goal. Good blocking, and he's in. Touchdown, Giants. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Extra point attempt to come here. The kick is good. And the Giants are out to a 10-0 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This one fielded at the 15. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Cowboys offense and their running back set to go once more. And their 2 drives so far not good. Punt, lost fumble. Trying to make amends here on drive number 3. Run it to start the drive, and here is Smith. Oh, a loose football. And the Giants come up with it.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
The Giants offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll start really in field goal territory already, but they're looking for more. Offense got it 1st and 10. Throwing now, Manning. He takes off. And nice work there. He'll go into a slide and gain about 7.
7-yard pickup.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
So after 1, 10-0 is our score. We're back to Arlington in a moment. Giants football here to begin the second quarter. From the 29, here's 2nd and 3. As we are ready to get back underway. Getting the tight end involved in the run game here. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
A gain of 4 yards. And the Giants first down. A 4-yard pickup on the play. And the Giants first down.
Here's 1st and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And a good run there. To get him 5 yards.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 5. They'll stick with him again. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Back to throw is Manning. This one complete right side. And the Giants are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown. It's a gain of 13, and it's 1st and goal.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front. So you find yourself down here in the red zone. This is where it's critical for the quarterback, Mike, to understand he's only got 2 options. Put the ball in a spot where your guy can catch it, or in a spot where nobody can catch it. And unfortunately for them, this time ends up being the latter.
Looking to throw is Madden.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. They'll throw out of the gun. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
The Giants field goal unit out on the field. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Giants will open up a 13-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Short kick taken just inside the 20. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Cowboys offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They find themselves down 13-0 here. As they try to get things started offensively, it's 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Nowhere to go! He's going to be taken down.
This has been a first half to forget on their offensive side of the ball. It just seems like it's been a snowball effect. Bad plays are leading to even worse plays, and that sack being the largest setback in the game that's been full of them.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. He'll look to throw. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
It's actually a really nice job there on 2nd down, putting this into a 3rd and more manageable down and distance. Remember, they suffered that 1st down sack, and so often that can derail the drive, but they got a chance here to pick this up and maintain possession.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. It's a pickup of 13 yards. That's good for a Dallas 1st down.
That's good for a Cowboys 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
87. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 50-yard line.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to the air one more time. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll look to throw. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
After that play, it stopped an injured Giant on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down at 37. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick 1st down.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire 1st half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
He'll step up and run this. And he'll force his way forward, maybe a yard. Second down coming up.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
To the air is Manning. And is open, middle of the field. It is caught. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. A big-time play out of the G-men. And even 30 yards.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
Second down and 8. Here's Manning. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
You know, there's a rule that's pretty simple when you're running routes against zone coverage, Mike, and it's as simple as if you're open, stay open. Instead, you see the receiver here, he ends up running to a covered window, and it just clouds the vision of the quarterback. Instead of throwing into a wide-open target, he's now forced to throw into a contested area.
And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
1st and 10.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
And the left, 1st and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
What we're seeing here in this first half, Mike, is an example of the offensive line, the running back, and the play caller all on the same page. The execution ability to continue to pick up chunk plays on the ground has been a great start for this offense.
To throw, it's Manning. That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete.
Yeah, so this just really comes down to really good defense. You can tell the quarterback's trying to target something downfield, and when they take that away, typically there's something underneath, but they had all levels of the coverage accounted for, and that was a really nice job.
He'll drop to throw. He'll go underneath here, the running back out of the backfield. And they'll get about 5 yards closer, but now it is 3rd and goal.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike, you never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he couldn't get free along the sideline. He's out of bounds, no gain, and it sets up 4th down.
So often down here in these goal-to-go situations, so much of the emphasis is placed on taking away the wide receivers and the tight end targets in the end zone. It's not so easy bringing these backs down on the check down, so give a lot of credit to this defense. Rallying to the ball.
To the end zone, it's intercepted.
I hate the decision, Mike. Be aggressive, come away with a touchdown. But what the quarterback understands in this situation is you just can't hold the ball. You got to get it out of your hand, give your guy a chance to come down with it, and he puts the ball in harm's way and results in a pick.
So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. begin this on the ground with Smith. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the game to only one.
He's taken down at the 22-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Smith. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. First down, Cowboys.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back to Arlington at AT&T Stadium. After this, from the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw. The throw here is complete. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts, you can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break. And really what stands out to me the most in this first half, Mike, is just there's very little separation among these receivers downfield. The quarterback has to throw into a lot of tight windows, contested catches, and they continue to do a nice job separating the ball from the man.
A throw behind his man, can't reel it back in, and that'll go down as an incompletion.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks, and at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 25. A big play for the Cowboys. 31 yards.
This guy has just such a knack for getting open, Mike, and whenever they're looking for that big play, he's usually one of the guys at the top of the progression, and it's pretty easy to see why.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
They'll look to throw yet again. And he let him a bit too much. That pass is incomplete.
3rd and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come 3rd down.
They'll look to set up the screen here. The screen works for 10 yards and a first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their 2nd. They'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They've converted 2 third downs already on this drive, and here's 3rd and 4. Flush to his right. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
The kicker
now, the extra point. It's up and through. Cowboys are on the board. It's now 13-7.
Cowboys 7.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. The return starts from the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Giants offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Manning. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
When you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation, and instead he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity, but with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
This time they stay on the ground. Oh, the ball's out. The Cowboys have it.
Something these running back coaches preach all the time, Mike, is you can't sacrifice the ball for additional yardage, and I think we had a case of that going here. I love the effort. I love the fight, but it can't come at the expense of the ball. Everything in football is about protecting the ball itself, and in this case, just a little bit too loose with it. They're able to pop it loose, and that's a big turnover.
The Cowboys offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They'll start with a golden opportunity here to move out in front. Great field position to start out. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's to the middle of the field and caught by Cooks. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. Cowboys going to use their 3rd and final timeout, and it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half.
Push through, baby. Let's do this.
So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. That one.
Coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle 4, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first. coming out of the break.
Extra point try forthcoming. He's got it. And the Cowboys move out in front by a point. It's 14-13.
Giants 13.
Halftime, coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start.
At their own 20-yard line.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he ran right through one tackle, fighting forward. Good gain on the ground of about 7. So it is a 1-point game here at the half as we check in with Scott Hansen for our halftime report. Scott.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome into the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you on an abridged halftime report. Good competitive first half. This game kind of has a punch-counterpunch feel to it, as reflected on the scoreboard. Tight game going into the second half. Can either team pull away? To find out, let's go back to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustments will pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A 1-point game as quarter 3 begins. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. They'll run, and this is Smith. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
And he'll get about 5.
Across midfield to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. On the run to the right. We'll get a stoppage here. There is an injured Cowboy. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. And that is incomplete.
All right, so in these 3rd and short, 3rd and mediums, we're kind of seeing teams around the league, Mike, kind of start shifting to more of a run-down philosophy where they say, okay, even if we don't pick it up, we still have 4th down. So many teams around the league are playing with that philosophy. In this case, they keep it in the air, falls incomplete, just brings up a challenging 4th down decision.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Giants offense and their running back set to go once more. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And a nice gain, getting this to about the 23-yard line. They get 11 and quickly pick up a 1st down.
Remember this one thing. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
And he's down inside the 40-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 39 yards.
Defensively, you put so much effort about defending the middle of the field. You know that's the valuable real estate every offense is looking to attack. But what does that do, Mike? It makes you a little susceptible to the throws outside the numbers, and it leads to a chunk play.
That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. But fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Now Manning. Short throw that's pulled in by Mayer. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Back to throw is Manning. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. One broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
It's hard to play that ball any better than the way that defender did right there. I mean, to stay patient throughout the entire play and make sure that not only are you in prime position to make it, but then once the ball is there, knock it down and save a touchdown.
The field goal is good.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Short kick taken at the 17, and a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Cowboys offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They trail by 2, and we'll start this drive with 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
Back to the air once more on second down. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Leo Chenal in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up third down.
So after picking up some positive yardage on first down, they end up going backwards on second. That sack now brings up third and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. And that is incomplete.
I really like the personnel adjustment by the defensive coordinator, Mike. They go dime coverage, so they're going to bring out 6 defensive backs, really play the pass and muddy it up with as many pass defenders as you can. Nowhere to go with the ball, and now we got to see, does the offensive coordinator, when he sees that dime package take the field, what answers does he have?
Fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Giants offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. Throwing now, Manning. That's going to be incomplete. Hubbard, very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
Second and 10.
And I like this defensive game plan. When you're going against an elite quarterback like this guy, Mike, you have to get bodies in his face. You have to get him around his feet. You have to move him off his spot. Because if he can sit there in rhythm, on time, comfortable in the pocket, he's going to pick you apart. So it doesn't always have to be a sack, but you have to make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short in the first down after a gain of 7.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up third and 2.
Third and 2. Here we go. Looking to throw is Manning. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a first down.
And the Giants first down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Third down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback, and even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
On the play fake, here's Manning. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
At the 37-yard line.
Neighbors in motion. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
First down.
A gain there of 20. First down, Giants.
The Giants first down.
This is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
And wow, tough to bring down that time. Surging forward for a pickup of 6. Second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
Now give up the middle extension. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
Try to pick this one up on the ground. And the Giants going to be set up with first and goal. They're able to convert on that 3rd and 3.
First and goal.
Nice run right there. You get down here into the red zone area, Mike, and yards are hard to come by. He's able to stick his head in there and sets him up for first and goal.
5 yards from the house. They've got it first and goal. Here's a run. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line.
The tackle made at the 3-yard line. A pickup of 2. Brings up second and goal.
The ball a little closer now. It is second and goal. That one to the end zone, but incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
This defense holding tight. Now from the 3-yard line, they'll try to stop third and goal. He'll look to throw. The ball comes out. And the Cowboys are going to come away with the football. Those are the places on the field where the defense wants to come up with the big plays. And that was one. Down deep, get to the quarterback, knock it out, and come up with the recovery.
Mike, this is one of those times where I think for a quarterback, they get caught in between. Do I want to be a runner and take it in myself? Do I have time to let my wide receivers develop in the end zone? I think he holds on to it just a little too long. The defense pokes it free and creates a huge turnover.
On the ground, it's Smith. Wow, how he got away from that first defender, I have no idea. This will wind up with positive yardage on the play.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second and 7.
Second down, they need 7. This pass right side, taken in by Cooks. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line. A pickup there of 13. That's good for a Dallas first down.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down.
Mike, the old adage, you run to set up the pass. This modern offense nowadays, we're starting to see that flipped upside down on its head. Typically, the success of the passing game is what allows teams to have success like this in the run game.
Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it.
Complete to number 88. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at their 48-yard line.
From the 48-yard line, here's second down and 4. They'll look to throw. A throw on the move is caught. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
It's a gain of
18 yards on the pickup there. First down, Cowboys.
First down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm. Being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down, but in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield, and there does come some danger when you throw back across, but in this case, it's a big completion.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
The best time to call a draw is when the defense is playing a pass situation, so a down and distance that screams pass. You want those defensive linemen ripping up the field thinking, I'm going to go sack the quarterback. In this case, they time it perfectly, hands the ball off to the back, big pickup. How would you like to be this running back here? You get the ball, you're thinking, all right, get through the line, and next thing you know, the big old D tackle's just waiting for you there in the hole, nowhere for you to go as he takes you down for a loss.
Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
So something they teach these defenders, especially in the secondary, Mike, is to trust your eyes. Don't panic, don't overcommit until you see where that ball is being thrown. And it's a great example here, the defender just trusting those eyes, breaking on the ball, and he almost comes away with the pick.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. He'll try and get there on the ground. He's got the first down. He'll slide to a stop and take it to 1st and goal.
First down.
A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a first down. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. So the field goal here gets you the late lead. You gotta think you want 6 when you have it first down and goal. And down he goes.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
First down was not very good. Here's 2nd and goal. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He's got it inside the 5.
So often, sacks, especially on first down, can be drive killers. But their ability here to take this from 2nd and long to 3rd and short, they've got a really good opportunity here, Mike. If they don't get it on 3rd, don't be surprised if they go for it on 4th.
For the lead, here is 3rd and goal. They'll let the fullback try to push the punt. And he's not going to get in. Tackled at the line. It'll bring up 4th and goal.
I give that defense all the credit in the world there, Mike. And offensively, you find yourself 1st and goal from the 1. You have to find a way to get that last yard and put the ball in the end zone. There's no excuses to miss a touchdown.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
So, after the field goal to take the lead, kicker is back out there to send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Now, this looks like a design run. And a good job defensively to rally to the ball. They hold them to a short game.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 9. To the air is Manning. They'll try to set up the screen here. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
And that's a really heads-up play by the defender, Mike. Once he diagnosed the screen, he immediately puts himself in position to make the play. This offense just winds up going backwards.
They need one right now. 3rd and long. Here's Manning. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the 1st down. Here comes 4th down.
So we see this more and more often in today's NFL, Mike, where on 3rd down, the ball is actually thrown short of the chains, and there's really 2 reasons. 1, teams are a lot more willing to use 4th down, and 2, they have a lot of confidence in these receivers and tight ends and backs to run after the catch.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Cowboys offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They're trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
At the 40-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 9. Smith again. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Back to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
Tackle made at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 44 now. Here's 2nd and 4. Trying the left side, and here's Smith. He's going nowhere. Losing yardage on that play.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, so it seemed the second they broke the huddle, Mike, that there was some confusion. I'm not sure everybody got on the same page before that ball was snapped.
Cowboys special teams unit heads out for the punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And this is going to work out just fine. Kick goes out of bounds at the 5-yard line. The Giants offense ready for this next possession. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. In motion comes Beckham. They'll begin here on the ground. And he's going to be out of bounds up past the 20s. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
Well, that run came at the perfect time, Mike. Anytime you find yourself backed up near your own goal line, the goal is to just start with 1 first down. They were able to get it here. Now you give a little breathing room, a little room to operate. Fresh set of downs, keep this drive alive.
They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And a nice job, able to dance away and get forward for a pickup of a half dozen.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Madden. This one into the hands of Beckham. And he gets run out of bounds. A short pickup, but it's good enough for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Handoff here, up the middle. They bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 13. That's good for a Giants first down.
13 yards.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us. And right now, this defense has no answers.
He's got his man, that's Slayton. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
First down.
Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down. Manning. That one complete to Johnson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
It's a pickup of 6.
The drag route, we used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
That throwaway certainly isn't ideal in this situation, especially when you're trailing at this stage of the game, but no damage done. Move on to the next play.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
This one has plenty of leg. And It is good. And they take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
So let's give the kicker some credit. Not only was it a really good save by the holder, but his ability to make that kick when the timing wasn't right is a lot easier said than done. So they got to get to the sideline. Long snapper's got to do his side of the bargain here, and they've got to be better the next time out.
So, after the field goal to take the lead, kicker is back out there to send this one away. The return starts at the 13. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the Cowboys offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. They'll run it to start the drive, and here is Smith. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 29-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. That's caught by Lamb. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Brings up 3rd and
It'll be interesting to see how they handle this situation. Do they try to slow play this and try to score without giving the ball back, or do they try to strike as quickly as possible? So first things first, they got to convert this third down.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on third down. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
Cowboys, first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The threat of making a poor decision and throwing a pick is always in the back of your mind, and while you can't play scared, you do have to play smart. If you can't find an open target, throw the ball away, live for the next down.
Another try, 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. Throw left side, caught by Ferguson. And he'll get about 7. Still short of that first down. And they'll try to convert it on third down. They'll drop to throw. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
They'll go, and it's Smith. And he is going to have a Cowboys first down, it would appear. Yes, he does, by a full yard. They pick it up on 4th and 2.
I know it's 4th and short, Mike, but at this distance, you actually have to clear a lane out. You can't just fall forward or push the pile. So that conversion, it's as much of a credit to the blocking as it is to the running back seeing the hole and hitting it.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
Here's 2nd down. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big third down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, They still have fourth down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on fourth down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Gotta let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. The Giants offense ready to come back out for this next possession. And this game is not a done deal just yet. Still have 3 timeouts to the defense now. If there's one first down, it seals the deal. But there is still a chance for the defense to get the ball back. The drive will start on the ground. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout. Clock shows 50 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Right back to him on first down. After timeout for Dallas, it's their second. Clock is stopped. 47 seconds left here in the fourth.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second and 7. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Cowboys going to use their third and final timeout. And they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one.
Brings up 3rd and
3. Third down, 3 to go. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. The offense not coming off the field, and here's fourth down. Looking to throw is Manning. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs. This is 1st and 10. Here we go. One final play. He's going to try it here again. That's caught. And he'll be taken down, and that is going to do it. Oh, the comeback falls short. Time runs out, and this game is over. So a road win here for the Giants. A bit of a surprise, this one on paper. You figure this would have been a difficult assignment, trying to win away from home against a team of this caliber. No problems, though. They find a way to get it done. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.